we've got our music. Zach and Nikki are here. We've got Mel on set deck.
Hi, Zach, Nikki. Mel?
Yeah.
Hi.
Seth's here, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Seth's in.
Seth? Okay. We have the whole tribe here.
Michael, do you want to sit here? Let's hear you. You and I switch.
Yes. Well, I do wanna start. If we could just go through introductions of folks down here. Just say your name, pronouns if you are inclined to, and then your role in the production. We can start. We'll start with you.
Hi, Michael D. Cohen, he, him. I was writer, director, co-producer, and I played Lenny.
Hi. Hi, I'm Sophie Giannamore. I played Rose. What was that? Oh, she, her.
I can't hear anything. Everybody has to speak up.
Speak up!
Okay, project is what they're.
Hi, I'm Sophie Giannamore. I played Rose, and my pronouns are she, her.
Hi, my name is Robin Wiley Pratt. My pronouns are she, her, and I was the first assistant director.
Hi there, I'm Chris Cornish. I played Kurt and was also associate producer on the film.
First and foremost, I just want to let you know, Michael, that the film is absolutely wonderful. It's funny. In a world where the industry focuses a lot on, I like to say, like cultural identity, abuse or trauma, to see a film that takes the topic like trans, like having a trans daughter and the family unit, but just making it lighthearted, sweet, it's something that's needed. And I want to thank you for creating a film like this that just shows a different side of what it means to be in community with someone that's trans and how a family, a unit, a mother handles those types of conversations. And so I did want to ask you, like, what inspired you to write this film?
There are a lot of different things. I've done a lot of advocacy for trans youth in recent years, and I wanted to write a film about female relationships for a number of reasons. It's something that I think, as having been socialized female, it's not something I get to express a lot, right? And what that's like, and the bonds between women, and especially I think mother-daughter, is so unique. And it's one of the things that when I transitioned 25 years ago, that was one of the biggest losses, was the kind of connections that I had with other women. And as soon as you're perceived as male, which is my truth and it's who I am, it doesn't matter. There's like a wall that drops with women. And I wanted to kind of take the privilege of being able to look inside those relationships. And also there were other projects that I wanted to do, and I've directed, but I've directed multicam, and I wanted to show that I can direct single cam, I can direct comedy, I can take relationships and give it poignancy, but also be comedic. So I was basically just trying to prove myself.
Absolutely. And so tell me, how did you find Sophie? So how did you get a part of this project?
Well, actually, a few people
Yeah.
recommended me,
Yeah.
and it was really sweet, and I sent my audition, and yeah.
Yes.
But actually, a few people in the community suggested to me and to you, and
Yeah.
then we got together, and it was perfect.
I'm calling around going, do you know anybody there at Sophie Giannamore? Do you know anybody? Sophie Giannamore. Do you know anybody? Sophie Giannamore? Maybe I should see this Sophie person.
Yes, I did. It lined up
Yes.
perfectly.
And luckily she said yes.
Yes. So one of the other things I love is the location of your film. So tell me, how did that come about? Were you like you were in the snow? So were you either in Big Bear or Colorado?
It's Idlewild.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm very familiar with that area, and I love it. And I know the person who owned that house, and so I rented it from him. I wanted it to be up in nature. That was another element that I really wanted to be involved in the film was nature. I'm passionate about nature, and I think there's a real overlap with the experience of gender and transition and nature, and how they come together. So we did not expect it to snow. That I had to rewrite on the fly because there was snow. So
Like brushing the snow. Yeah.
Continuity in the snow is not fun. But yeah, it was. I lucked out. It was beautiful. I think the snow added to it. It added to the stakes, so it was in the end a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely. The snow was just its own other character, and it really kind of, like you said, it heightened the stakes of the moment that the mother and the daughter, which is Erinn here today?
Erinn wanted to be here. She is shooting in Atlanta.
Word.
But she
We
says
She's
booked
booked,
it busy.
right.
We love it. We love to
she's
see
gonna fly in
it.
just for this, but she has to shoot early tomorrow morning. So
Yeah. So tell me, how did you come across other members of your team, finding your first AD? As someone who's a filmmaker, I just know how important a first AD is on a set. And so can you talk about how you were able to build your team?
Well, Robin was the first person I called. Robin and I have worked together for years. We worked
8
together.
years.
8 years.
8 years, definitely.
We worked on Nickelodeon shows, Henry Danger and Danger Force.
Oh, okay.
And Robin was like second AD for a while and then worked her way up to first AD and is just absolutely brilliant. Like I just knew if this production was in Robin's hands, things would go smoothly. And I was correct. I like being right. And I was. And I was very lucky to have someone of this caliber and this experience to do something like this. It was a huge favor. And other people, Mel Fox, who's working on shrinking and other things, like she is like set deck, like you couldn't find these people. Like, how do I get them? Oh, they'll do me a favor? What? Nikki and Zach, composers, they did Henry Danger and Danger Force and do movies all the time and are incredibly experienced musicians. And so, you know, these people, I was lucky that I'd worked with them and they said yes.
Yeah, okay, so you had a community of artists that were just, they loved your project and were able to come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's
guess.
wonderful.
They said yes and I was like going, oh my God, thank you.
Can I speak
Yeah,
to that for a moment?
please.
One of the things that was really special about this project was the community that Michael built. He handpicked every crew member, and I myself learned so much about the trans experience, and I'm so grateful. And Michael, before this, was the only actor or production person I've worked with a trans experience. And in his film, half the crew had that experience, and in the downtimes, because because of the script, we started talking about experiences. I learned so much, and I feel like I've grown as a person. And what he created with the atmosphere, where we all stayed in this cabin together, and like at the end of the day, someone whipped out a guitar and started just playing songs, and like I was sitting there trying to like update the schedule, like, okay, what did we drop? Let's do this, and then suddenly we'd all burst into a Beatles song. It was so beautiful with like the hot chocolate and the cookies, and then the like Mel and I were sharing a room with Danielle, the hairstylist, and we would just like girl sleepover, just stay up and just talk. It was an experience where you know, we're working in you know, network television. You go in, you got your office, you check in, it's that experience. I was like, oh my gosh, this is filmmaking.
Yes.
I forgot how precious it could be, where you're not just making donuts. So I'm really grateful for that experience,
And so, is there more to this particular project? Is it like
Sure.
a proof of concept or
Yeah.
something bigger, or?
I mean, I think only when I finished it did I think, oh, maybe this could be something more. I don't know, because Sophie and Erinn's chemistry is so incredible, and we shot that tent scene the very last night, which was great scheduling. And because they got to, you know, 2 days to bond and to create a relationship that was so believable on camera. So I feel like I want to take that relationship further. And Chris and I have known each other for like 13 years.
13 years, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you know, when I was writing it, I had him in mind, and I just think, you know, him and I, it's like Lenny and Squiggy or something. Like I feel like there's some possibilities in there. So I would love to see it. I mean, that's a great. Okay, I'll do it.
Yeah. Great answer.
They're begging for it.
And so I guess like final question is, what would you give to any budding filmmakers out here who are wanting to create a short, anything, if you had any advice, just to take on their, out there as they start working on their short film.
Wow, there's so many things I could say. I mean, I think get really good people and that you really want to hang out with, and because it's never going to be about what you're paid or what's going to come out of it. It's going to be about the experience, as Robin beautifully put. And this experience is going to live in us just because it was such a concentrated retreat. And we were making something that we really all felt passionately about in terms of the message that we wanted: positive, comedic, lighthearted, but meaningful messaging. And that, I think that drove everybody. So if you can get that and get good people behind it, that I think is more important than anything.
Absolutely, and everything you said I think was accomplished. And so I think that is a testament of the team and the community that you were able to build around you to tell the story of this project. And Chris, I want to get you in, if you had any words to say, like, how did you get it? Like, I know y'all knew each other for like 13 years, you said, but what would, coming into the project, was there something that you were wanting to learn or make sure that you were able to get across while being a part of the film?
Well, as Michael mentioned, we've been friends for several years, and as Robin said, there's a lot that we could learn, and I feel like I've continually learned from Michael, both as a friend and as sometimes an assistant, and often as a student, because Michael also is an acting teacher as well. So as someone who's not of the trans community, I felt so honored to be part of this project and to learn so much from Michael and from Sophie and everyone who was a part of this. So, yeah.
I want to piggyback on what Chris said, because I teach acting retreats at times, and I have done retreats where it's just been trans men, and Chris would be the assistant. He'd be like the token cis guy.
Yep. Token cis guy.
And just his presence, just supporting the retreat, just quietly typing in things or like doing the video camera, was such an incredible impact and healing experience for everybody. And he would share his experiences with us, and we'd be like, oh man, okay, guys are kind of all the same, okay, it doesn't matter. Like, okay. Like he had that kind of influence. So this has been a topic that Chris has been very involved in and generous and humble about. And so having him in this was just, taking a picture and going, oh, I finally spotted one. It was like, I knew he could pull it off with just the right, just obliviousness, because the character, there's no judgment, there's nothing malevolent, it's all just open-heartedness from Chris, so I knew that he was so perfect for that role.
Yeah, and played it so well. It was so funny and nuanced, and from the entire cast. I mean, again, y'all handled that topic of transness and acceptance and family just really wonderful. As someone who's a part of the queer community myself, it's just really beautiful to see, and this is how conversations are actually started, as y'all can, as y'all can attest to it even internally. So it's really phenomenal. So thank you again.
Thank you.
Thank you.